Hi guys, it's Reagan, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite ships. So, first and foremost, I kind of want to say that if you're looking for a video with a lot of analysis and it's really deep and really thought out, this is not the video. Today I'm just kind of going to let my fangirlness run free because I do love romance in a lot of different media, so I love to ship characters together in books, movies, and TV. It's kind of part of my culture. I am still a teenage girl, so you know, and I just enjoy the romance aspect of a lot of fiction. So let's get started with my list. Okay, the first ship I'm going to talk about is Reylo. So this is Rey and Kylo Ren from the Star Wars sequel trilogy. So of course I had to talk about Reylo. I've literally done so many videos about Reylo, and I don't want to get too deep into it, but I'm just kind of going to brush over generally why I love it so much. So initially I did not ship Reylo in The Force Awakens. I thought for sure Rey was Luke's daughter. I even did a video and I did like, this is all the reason why Rey is Luke's daughter. She's a great pilot, blah, 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 blah. She's so strong in the Force, blah, 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 blah. And that is kind of because I was influenced by my mom, who was like a super Star Wars nerd, and my brother is too. And they, like most big Star Wars nerds, they thought that Rey had to be a Skywalker or she had some like important heritage. And then of course, after seeing The Last Jedi, my mom has changed her mind and she's kind of more on the Reylo ship now too. After I've done so much like research and stuff on it, she's kind of been like, oh yeah, okay. So that's also kind of good. But I just, after I saw The Last Jedi, I was like, oh my god, that was a ton of sexual tension. No way they're related. Also, it's kind of revealed there that her family is nobody, which I'm still not sure about. And I don't know if J.J. Abrams would kind of wreck on that. Whatever, we'll talk about that another time. So that was kind of interesting for me. So I saw that and I really enjoyed the Force bonds. I just thought it was interesting how these two enemies realize they're more alike than they think, and there are so many different layers to every person, and everything's not black and white, and that how close they got. It's just so good. That's why I ship this so hard. It's basically because of The Last Jedi just being like, oh, so good, in The Last Jedi novelization. Oh, love them all. I love this ship. It's so fun to really be so invested in this ship. So yeah. The next couple I'm going to talk about is kind of similar to Reylo, and I find a lot of similarities between them. Like, for instance, they're kind of bonded, and I feel their destinies are very intertwined. So if you like Reylo, I recommend this next ship, and this ship is Phasant. Speaking of being bonded, I have found another ship that I really loved. So this is Phasant, and that is Feyre and Rysand from A Court of Mist and Fury. So I loved this couple and specifically. So I'm not going to really go into spoilery here. Like, this is just really entertaining. I loved the series, and I love the Court of Thorns and Roses series. A Court of Mist and Fury is my favorite book because of kind of this. Those two characters interact the most in this book, so it is very entertaining, and I just love the development between these characters, and they kind of are put in a situation where they kind of have to be bonded, and I find that Rysand's kind of similar to like Kylo, and he's kind of like an anti-hero hero, and kind of just the development of both these characters. They just really discover each other, and they just help each other. They're two broken people kind of helping each other heal a little bit, and that also happens, I think, in The Last Jedi. So that's why I feel like these are similar. So if you really love The Last Jedi, I recommend Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas if you're fascinated by that. So yeah, so I really just love this. It's very good. It's like starts out as Beauty and the Beast retelling, and then kind of goes through from there. And it has fae and fairies, and both these characters are just like at the peak. They're very powerful, and I love a couple that has two people that are super powerful, and then they're just kind of equals and are just perfect. So yeah, so that is why I love this. I do not want to go talk about it more because I will get spoilery, but yeah, so there you go. The next ship I'm going to talk about is Clace from the Ornaments German series by Cassandra Clare. So this is Jace and Clary, and they are shadow hunters. So that means that they kind of have angel blood, and they are humans that fight against demons, and this shadow world has like warlocks, werewolves, vampires, all this stuff, and so they just protect humans. So it is very enjoyable. I love these two characters. They are drawn together and their fate is kind of intertwined, and it is very enjoyable. I love them because they are truly just kicking some ass throughout the whole series, and it's just so enjoyable. Love this series. Now, I will tell you, their relationship is quite a roller coaster, I would say. Oh, that's a lot. There's a lot going on, but there's 6 books, and I'm telling you, just read them because they're so good and so enjoyable, and I love what Cassandra Clare has done with this relationship. So much good development, and oh, love it. The next ship I'm going to talk about is Percy Beth. This is my OG OTP. So this is Percy Jackson and Annabeth Chase from the Percy Jackson The Olympian series, which I of course read when I was super young, and so this is why I loved it, and it's one of the original characters that I shipped together. They are just so cute. You really see them throughout the series really kind of grow up, and Annabeth is Percy's right-hand man basically, and she just like keeps him in line all the time, and Percy may be super powerful, but Annabeth kind of always bounces him out, and it's just so good. I love them. They're demigods, Greek demigods, and these books are so informative about Greek mythology, and oh, I just love it. And The Last Olympian is my favorite book in this series, and their relationship is so cute, and I love it, and they just protect each other, and there's so many cute moments throughout the series. So even if you're not 12 anymore and you're like, oh my god, this is a middle grade book, you should still read it because it's so good. I love the Percy Jackson Olympian series. It's my favorite series by Reagan, and if you want to hear more from Percy Beth, there is always the Heroes of Olympus series, and they're in some other books also as well, so just love them so much. I love them. This is like my favorite book series, so yeah, it's great. The last book ship I'm going to talk about is Wessa. So this is Will Herringdale and Tessa Gray from the Infernal Devices series that is also by Cassandra Clare, who wrote the Mortal Instruments series, which I already talked about because I love Clays. She did it again. I love Wessa. So this relationship is so cute, and this in the Infernal Devices series, which takes place in Victorian England. So I was like, love Victorian England. I love periods pieces, and it is just so good, and it's about shadow hunters. Will is a shadow hunter, and then Tessa is a warlock, and we read it through Tessa's point of view, so it's very fascinating, and it's just so good. And I mean, Will is just a very attractive British guy. I mean, it's just the usual. Like, how can you not fall in love with him? And his development is so amazing. I kind of love it. It's kind of like he's kind of snarky and just kind of a jerk a little bit, but then you realize why he's a jerk, and it's just so cute. Clockwork Princess is my favorite in the series. It's the best. And yeah, it made me cry, but you know, whatever. What is a good book that doesn't make you cry? And it's just so good. I love it. The relationship is great. In this series, there is a love triangle, and it is the best love triangle I've ever read, and like everyone says, it is between Will, Tessa, and Jem, and I was never really thought about Jem that much. I was like, I love Jem. He's a great character, but I've never been like, oh, I want them together. But I love Will and Tessa together, and it is cute when Jem and Tessa are together, but whatever. And this book is just so good, and if you want all the feels, read the series. It is so good. You can read it after the Mortal Instruments, you can read it during the Mortal Instruments, during their publication order, which is technically how you should read it, or you can read it before the Mortal Instruments. But it's just so good, and I love the Shadow World, and it was so fun to go back to it, especially with this amazing ship. Okay, now I'm going to talk about some TV ships real quick, because I love them. And so first I'm going to talk about kind of a recent TV ship that I love, and this is Jake and Amy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So I found out Brooklyn Nine-Nine through Tumblr. I basically just saw gifs of their relationship, so I was like, I gotta watch this show because it seems super funny and it is hilarious. It is one of my favorite shows. It's only 30 minutes and it's on Fox, and if you want to binge watch it like I did, and I binge watched it in like 3 days and caught up, it is on Hulu. It's just such a great show. Love it. And I just love their relationship. They're so competitive. Every like Halloween challenge is hilarious. I love it. It is so good. There's so many good episodes, and it's just so cute. And their relationship is just so cute, and you should definitely just watch it. Another TV relationship that I love is a common one. I love Meredith, which is a weird couple name for them, but it's Meredith Grey and Derek Shepherd from Grey's Anatomy. Now, I've been watching Grey's Anatomy for a really long time. I started watching in 7th grade, and I mean, I'm about to spoil something, but everyone knows this because it was major news back in 2015. But after Derek died, literally, that was one of the worst things that ever happened to me. Like, no, I'm just kidding. It's not the worst thing that ever happened to me. Trust me, my life is not that great. Anyway, but I literally was like, oh my god. I was so sad. I have the worst pictures of me ever, or after that moment where my mom called me because I missed episode where he died. And my mom called me and she told me that Derek Shepherd was killed off Grey's Anatomy. And let me tell you, those pictures are never going to get released unless someone pays me a lot of money, because those are the ugliest pictures of me ever. And I didn't even watch the episode and I was already in tears. And let me tell you, those funeral episodes afterwards, oh my god. Tears are coming to my eyes now. I know, guys, you're like, this is ridiculous, but trust me, I started watching it when I was a young child. So I was impressionable. So I love it. I love their relationship. It's so cute. I love Meredith Grey and Derek Shepherd. She's a surgical intern, and then he's a surgical attendant, and then their relationship is a lot of craziness, but it's so good. It's so good TV. And after Derek died, I should have stopped watching Grey's Anatomy, because it all went downhill from that, and I don't like most of the characters. Now they're getting rid of Sarah Drew and Jessica Chastain, and their contracts aren't renewed. So I was like, bye. So I'm done watching Grey's Anatomy, but I still love that relationship, and I'll still watch their relationship on Netflix a lot. But yeah, so that's it for this video. I applaud you if you made it through, because that was a lot of fangirlness. And yeah, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because I love it when you guys subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you will be alerted every time I post a new video. And let me tell you, I'll be having some good new videos coming up, because I'll be talking about Marvel's Avengers Infinity War. So yeah, of course, I love Infinity War. I love Marvel, and I haven't really talked about it too much on my channel. I have talked about Black Panther a little bit in my last video, but I am so excited to see this movie multiple times. I already have my tickets for Friday night.
I don't know why I said Friday night, because I meant Thursday night. This isn't my first rodeo. I see the premieres on Thursday night because I cannot wait.
And I will be going to the theater really early in the morning to secure my tickets on Movie Pass to see it later those days. And I probably might not go to school the next day after it's released. So, yeah, I'm totally going to see that movie multiple times. And I'm ready to analyze the crap out of the movie and tell you all the things that I loved about it and all the things that you may have missed and that are going to be hinted about. And so, yeah, that's what's coming up on my channel. So, thanks, guys, for watching, and bye!